All right. All right, Ben, why don't you go ahead, introduce yourself, tell us what your role is, the company you're with, and direction you're headed.
Yeah. I'm Ben King. I'm the CEO for a startup called Elevate Innovations. We've designed a really unique product that goes into the training space of an actual digitized role-playing avatar that can read your body language, your tone of voice. I actually don't come from tech at all. I've built large training programs for large retailers. That's my background, exec in L&D, and just like everybody else, when OpenAI came out, kind of blew my mind, and I thought, can we tie senses into this? Can we make it see? Can we make it hear? And if so, we can make it into a great communication tool that can empower people rather than replace them. So
Yeah, that is cool. And where are you at within building the company?
yeah, so to date, we have had a lot of wins. Thank God, I personally am a great communicator, and I've been able to build an executive team of over 60 years in executive experience. I have a CIO, a strategic growth officer, VP of business development, all really across the world. I've got Canada, England, India as well, which is really surprising. As one of my biggest successes is getting people to work towards the mission and vision of the company, right? We are pre-revenue, so we're all in agreement on this, doing it at our own cost to get this thing launched. Um, so that's where we're at. The MVP is completed. I've bootstrapped the entire product myself.
Nice.
Um, yeah, and we're right now we're in fundraising stages, and we're going after angel investors and trying to get some wins on the board.
Wow, so you got a really new company, and what are you seeing as far as struggles to get investors and things that you're finding success with?
Yeah, I would say the biggest struggle with investors is actually getting in touch with the investors and getting the right resources.
Uh,
I kind of designed a two-prong approach where I brought on two fundraisers that work on a commission basis. They're very well known. And listen, they've got us in front of a couple investors, but I found that boots on the ground has always been the best way to get things done and building your network.
yeah.
So, I would say that instead of that becoming a setback, I pushed forward. I filled out over 100 applications for angel investors, and we just got accepted into one big one, which is a national event. So we're
Oh,
we're
that's
really
cool.
excited about that. So, but
And
yeah,
then,
it's
yeah,
it's getting in front of them. That's the hardest part, getting in front of them.
getting that pipeline. I mean, it seems like that in every business is still the relationship game. Even with all this automation, it's just how can I automate the ability to reach out and connect with as many people as possible to pre-qualify them so that way we can get in front of the people that we want to be in front of.
That's right. That's right.
And then so you get the funding, you've got the product. How are you looking to scale the product? How are you looking to get it in front of the users that you're looking to target? Who are those users?
Yeah, so SME businesses, small to mid-size
Uh,
companies, especially companies that have a defined sales process. Again, I come from retail and specifically the furniture retail
uh-huh.
industry. And, anything that has any company that has a defined sales process, my product BenAI is a truly golden asset because a lot of LMS or learning platforms out there nowadays just regurgitate content,
Yeah.
people's eyes glaze over, it's just not immersive enough to where that information is sticking. So we got a truly compelling product now that is immersive and can give empathetic feedback to their sales teams or to their customer service departments, but then return that information back to the manager or head of HR or whatnot to really see where people are struggling in their processes. So
But that's cool. It's almost like a sales coach that helps with everything.
yeah, we call it the intelligent tutor.
Oh,
And
okay.
Yeah, it's gone outside of sales, and we don't want to spread the net too far. But
Yeah.
even a company called Lynchpin Solution is in our partnership pipeline, and they work directly with the DoD, and the DoD has interest in, can it tell if somebody's enthusiastic? Can it tell if they're stressed? Can it?
Oh wow.
So yeah, this has been pretty cool. It's really blown up quite a bit, so we're
At,
excited.
at what point will it just take over people?
Yeah, I never want that. It's designed to empower, not replace. So that's part of our mission.
Keep people in
It,
place. I
it
mean,
is kind of like Jarvis on Iron Man, though. I'd
oh,
say
okay. Yeah,
it's a Jarvis.
man. I mean, I see that you're just gonna be talking to scripts and AI
Yep,
responses at some point, right? Like, I mean, these things are gonna be so good at identifying, and we're the ones training them, and it's learning off us, and the ability to scale that. It's pretty crazy. So it's,
it is.
once we have these home robots that I'm seeing uh being built on and worked on, you put this in there, now you got this robot that has the ability to identify emotion and respond and
Right.
do all that. It's, what are we
Would
gonna
you
do?
want a robot though? Would you want a robot? I don't have enough room for my vacuum cleaner. I don't know about adding another piece of you know hardware into the.
Maybe it replaces the vacuum and it goes around. It's got a built-in vacuum, built-in mop, like a
There you
Roomba.
go.
Like who knows, nanotechnology, who knows what's coming.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
right.
it's pretty cool. So now once you have that, how are you gonna find these sales teams to sell to with the solution? Like what's your go-to-market plan?
Yeah, really through something else that we've done quite successfully is built strategic partnerships. Like I said, with Lynchpin Solutions,
Uh-huh.
another company that does uh, named Free Fuse, which does learning platforms. And the really cool thing about what we've done is instead of making all these LMS providers a competitor, right? We created BenAI to be an option that integrates into their existing system,
Uh-huh.
right? So it's actually a rev share opportunity.
Uh,
So it really, when we go to market, it's through our strategic partnerships um, and building our pipeline that way.
got it. And those strategic partnerships, how are you finding those?
Again, a lot of boots on the ground,
Yeah.
man. Going out, one thing that is effective is LinkedIn is a fantastic tool if you
Yeah.
know how to use it properly. And
Okay.
you know, yeah, people reach out to you that are interested, or you reach out to them. I've learned that flipping the script can be effective, and then putting the ball in your court, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it's a lot of sifting through information, finding the right people, and having a compelling pitch to get in front of them.
Yeah, and do you have any tips on how to use LinkedIn to find those people to build the network with?
Yeah, absolutely. Campaigns,
Uh-huh.
running campaigns. I use a tool called Whalixy, which is a pretty unique and awesome tool. But it will run campaigns where you can export their, head people's information.
Uh-huh.
Another system like Apollo you
Yep.
can use. But
We use
yeah,
Apollo.
you use Apollo, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, we pull
yeah.
lists,
So
email lists from that.
yep. And having message campaigns where you reach out and just having the right message. People are fed sales pitches all
Oh
day
yeah.
long. So it really crafting that message the right way to get their interest, and making it look like a benefit to them, is really the best way.
Nice. And you know, now that you're in AI, what AI tools are you using um daily and for your business, personal and for business?
I think like everybody else, OpenAI
Yep.
is a huge tool, right? And if we go into the government sector with Lynchpin, again, that looks promising. We actually have to use a system called GovCloud. We can't use OpenAI. We'd have to use a large language model that protects government information that can't go out into the ether, right? So. But yeah, I'm using a ton. Every tool uses AI
Yeah,
nowadays, right? It's
right.
really blown up. Whalixy does. I even use Gemini on Google.
Yep.
It's pretty big. If
You don't really
you
have a
know,
choice on that one. Any
yeah, no,
search you
you
do.
don't. You don't, but no, man. I mean, it's in everything. It's everything we do. The note takers on our
Yep,
meetings, right? Recording notes, giving action items. So yeah, it's everywhere.
it is everywhere. Well, great, man. I appreciate you taking the time to go through all this and providing some ideas for people to take for being able to scale.
Absolutely, absolutely. I hope they were good ideas.
They were. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.